Okay, so now let's go into the emergency care. So it's a volunteer slash special relationship. So you create that relationship, and I put there you chose to be there. So you chose to be associated, whether it's volunteering for an event, whether it's coaching, volunteering to coach. Um, you chose to be associated with that program. So it's important to have an emergency plan in place. So having the exits, entrances for emergency personnel, etc. At our school, we had a certain issue where our athletic trainer wasn't given certain keys because our school became somewhat of a lockdown school where we have everything secured. I mean, there's locks for every entrance, and our athletic trainer didn't have access to certain gates, and so I brought it up that it was an issue that if there was an emergency, the school's the one that's going to be held liable because our athletic trainer couldn't access certain gates that were needed for emergency personnel to access if needed. Fortunately, nothing happened, but now our athletic trainer has access, to the main gates. Um, know the staff that has special emergency certifications. Some of our staff have EpiPen certification. First aid CPR, which all should have. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that every district should require first aid CPR for coaches, volunteers, uh, obviously teachers, uh, and then whether you're in a classroom, practice your emergency procedures that your school has available, and raise any concerns that you feel need to be addressed. Have proper emergency or first aid equipment readily available. So, which in our sense for athletes, we have our first aid kit closely accessible. I know our school doesn't have an AED on site. I don't know if many high schools have AEDs on site, but um, and then lastly, I put ensure that athletic trainers on site, especially during competitions on site. Address any foreseeable accidents or emergencies prior to hosting your event. So if you're having an event, whether it's your athletic trainer or another athletic trainer that you hire, outside, just make sure they're on site ready to address any issues. Um, for our meet that we hosted, we had our athletic trainer plus our athletic director there on site. Actually there, within 20 feet. I mean, they were there, addressing any type of dehydration issues or any small little aches that our students had. So it's just important to know and make sure that the staff is cleared in all those aspects of CPR and first aid. It's been rare, but I know at the school I was at before, not coaches associated with myself, but there were other coaches who kind of slid under the boat and they let them slide in without their first aid and CPR, which becomes a liability for the school and for that person himself or herself. So those are the emergency care procedures.